What have you made of getting some eyes on Evander Kane at practices over the last little bit? I know there are still some people who are going like, are you just going to be able to drop this guy into the night one lineup and he's going to be the old effective Evander Kane? How's he looked at the skates for you?
Yeah, I haven't seen him a whole ton. I've seen him at one or two. I haven't been on the road with the team, so I know he's been practicing there as well. From what I've seen, he's actually looked quite comfortable out there. I think he's shooting there without any hindrance. He's skating fine. It looks like he is progressing. I have no inside information on when he'll be ready. I do also share the worries of like, well, now you're dropping this guy into the highest stake games after being off for a year with an injury, right? So I do think this Oilers team needs a little more grit and a little more fight in them. Corey Perry shouldn't be doing all of your fights, and so far he has. So adding Evander Kane in there to piss off the opponents, it'll be good, and I'm rooting for him to perform well.
Yeah, I mean, this lineup could get a whole lot bigger once him, Frederic, and even, adding playoff mode Leon Draisaitl into the lineup. It's getting towards the end of the season here. We keep joking. There's not a ton to watch right now, not a ton to play for if you're the Oilers, if you don't believe home ice advantage is in reach. So one of the things that we are going to continue to talk about is how you divvy up this forward group. And maybe we can get into like a little mini lineup report here for our friends at Oodle Noodle. 20th anniversary. Today. Happy birthday, Oodle Noodle. It's their platinum anniversary. They got a great platinum deal going on at all their locations in Edmonton. If they were to, and like Preston said, I love that he brought up what Chris Knobloch talked about, McDavid, Skinner, and Brown. The rest of your lineup gets so interesting if you end up believing and trusting that those three can provide some offense for you in the Stanley Cup playoffs, because then, do you run a second, maybe you run a third line that's like Nuge with Hyman and Podkolzin? And then are you good with a second line that's like Draisaitl, Frederic, and Arvidsson? Like you look at how that top nine would be structured, and it's like, man, it's hard to not love how everything's spread out if you believe that Connor McDavid can produce with whoever you put with Connor McDavid.
Which you'd be fair to believe that. Wouldn't be such a wrong thing to believe. So sorry, your second line would be Draisaitl, Frederic, Arvidsson. Third line, Podkolzin, Nuge, Hyman. I think you have to have Hyman higher.
You can't overthink. 18 needs to be with 97.
I would put 18.
That's your best foot forward.
I would. Yeah, I mean, I like having Podkolzin and Arvidsson together as wingers, and I think they've done well with Nugent-Hopkins. So I think you'd be okay to have Hyman with Dry and Frederic, and then you give this one a run. I would obviously try and test run it before the season comes to a close, but I think that wouldn't be too bad. Obviously, you need to see a bit more from Brown in those kind of minutes, but also, too, like, they go to Draisaitl, Hyman, and McDavid so often after TV timeouts, whatever. They're going to get their shifts together. That maybe it is a good, especially, like, on the road, too. Like, throw a bit of a curveball. Like, see what you can do.
Unpredictability, I like that.
Like, we talked, it was mentioned during the Four Nations of just, like, obviously, way different rosters, but, like, the skill level Canada is able to throw out. It didn't matter if they had home or away change. Like, you can throw anyone, force the other team to make a decision. And the Oilers have enough skill on their roster that they can force the Kings into a bit of a blender here by being like, okay, well, you just had Kopitar out against Draisaitl's line, for example. Well, now we're just going to leave it back out there, and Draisaitl's going to play with Hyman and McDavid for a shift. Like, good luck.
What's up, Nation citizens? If you like that video, then you need to be subscribed to the Oilers Nation YouTube. Podcasts, live shows, exclusive interviews, and analysis. Everything you need from your favorite voices at Oilers Nation. And you don't want to miss any of it, so hammer that subscribe button.